Hello everybody and welcome back to another Binding of Isaac in-depth video. Today we're looking at a specific character in the game that was a favorite for me when I started playing, Lazarus. Lazarus is one of the first characters that you'll unlock while playing the game, and he comes with a unique characteristic, his extra life. This stems from a biblical reference, wow, shocker I know, where a man, Lazarus of Bethany, was risen from the dead after falling gravely ill. Everything checks out here. But what is the proper way to play this character? What should you be doing on the first 2 floors of the game to optimize this character's play? Let's find out. Lazarus's base stats are really not that great. He has an average 3.5 damage with a 1.0 times character base damage modifier. If you don't know what that means, I'd highly recommend checking out my in-depth damage video, but he also starts with below average range and luck. This makes your first floor a bit more difficult, as you'll have to get closer to enemies and you won't get as many room drops on those first few floors. Now, as a starting player, you may see Lazarus as a character to play when you want that extra try. You want to make it as far as you can, with that extra life bringing you back when you accidentally step on spikes or get stuck in a room with walking hosts. However, I'd encourage you to try to die, and in some ways, as quickly as possible. Upon Lazarus's death, not only does he respawns as a completely different character. Lazarus Risen is technically a different character in the game, just his completion marks count for Lazarus. Upon dying, Lazarus gains a range, speed, and luck upgrade, but also his base character damage modifier completely changes. Instead of 1, it becomes 1.2. This means that every damage up is going to be even more potent once Lazarus dies and rises as Lazarus Risen. These stat upgrades make Lazarus one of the more powerful characters to start a game with, as long as you play him properly. He also gains Anemic as an item, which will give a range upgrade and drop blood trails that damage enemies when Lazarus gets hit. And as an added bonus, if you beat the Back Asswards challenge in Afterbirth Plus, Lazarus will just straight up start with Anemic before reviving, and then will always have it active when he revives as Risen Lazarus. I should note now that the majority of what I'm going to say is solely opinionated, as the statements before were fact-driven. The best way to play Lazarus is to maximize your amount of HP while still trying to die. We saw before all of the benefits of dying as Lazarus, so there's clearly benefit in dying, however you still want to maximize your run. What does this mean? Look for ways to benefit your run while still dying. I prefer to wait until the second floor to die as Lazarus, as you could die on a devil deal and get a significant amount of free items since you're unconcerned about your HP. However, if you finish the first floor and you find that you have 3 tinted rocks and an HP upgrade sitting in your boss room, you may find it more beneficial to die on the first floor and then have a nice nest of HP on the second floor. An important part of maximizing Lazarus on the first floor is don't pick up HP. If you find the tinted rock, don't pick up that spirit heart until the very end of the floor. If you're unsure if you want to die on that floor, you should leave HP and not pick it up unless you really need it. You want to maximize your HP after your death, not before. Demon Beggars are a great way for Lazarus to die, as you can gain consumables and even items in the process. They also allow for an extra 2 free hits when Lazarus respawns, as the animation leaves him invincible for several ticks. Blood machines are also a great way to get some extra money. Min-maxing the shop on the first or second floor can get you extra benefit on your run that you might not have had if you cared more about your HP. Cursed rooms are now even more appealing, as you don't care about your HP. They provide cards, runes, even more HP, and in some rare cases, items. It's also valuable to keep a fire on the first floor in case you want to die on that floor. Instead of wasting your bombs or trying to die from enemies, you can just leave a fire and then slam your body against it when you do want to die. Another important part of Lazarus is the pill that he starts with. Since it can be any pill in the game, it's generally considered intelligent to wait to use it until after you die, as you'll have 1 red heart, meaning it is physically impossible to receive a health downgrade. In fact, you would have a better chance of getting a health upgrade. Balls of Steel would also be really useful for recovering HP after dying. So as you can see, there is a unique strategy for playing a character like Lazarus. So many people wait until the very last second to die, and in some cases don't even die at all on a Lazarus run. It's just not worth it. You gain way too much from dying. That's gonna make your run in the end easier than having an extra life to begin with. Trust me. If you enjoyed this in-depth Isaac video, let me know in the comment section down below, and also let me know some ideas for some more in-depth videos. I've got a couple in my head that'll come out over the next couple of weeks and months, but this one was fun to make. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!